The Changer. Written by John Ruland III. Copyrights Jan 1989. Chapter 1 equals a town called Toenditall. The Changer, Jack, is. The Changer goes from town to town seeking out vampires and werewolves and whatever else is evil and changes them back to human form. Cast. Jack equals the Changer that goes from town to town, changing them back to human form. The church, members, the preacher, and a small church in a little town called Dragon Flyy, that is where Jack is from. Bill equals owns stable delivery service and inn. Frank equals owns stable, takes care of Bill's horses. Nancy equals Bill's wife, runs the inn and dinner. Sally equals waitress, Frank's wife. Susan equals waitress, Tim's wife. John equals owns a bed and breakfast, 1 mile from town. Sally equals Jack's wife, runs town hall. Toenditall equals the town we're in. Tim equals store owner. Guy equals owns the bookstore. Betty equals Guy's wife, helps in store. Newport equals where we pick up supplies. Earl equals store owner in Newport, general store. Matt equals store owner in Newport, household stuff store. Mo equals store owner in Newport, furniture store. Tim equals pastor of the church. Check out what happens to him when he goes from town to town. How I became the Changer. I come into the small town with this great big church. It was the biggest thing in town. When I got into town I was wondering where everyone was. I heard singing and I guess everyone was in church. So that is where I headed. When I walked into the church it was just so huge. By the looks it would seat 5,000. I found a seat and sat down and just listened. The first thing the preacher said, "I see someone new come into the church. Would you please stand up and please tells us where you are from and how you happen to find this place out in the middle of nowhere?" I stood up and said, "I have been traveling around the countryside just to see everything and I am saved. And I know I am going to heaven." The preacher said, "How would you like to join the Changers?" That is what we do here. A Changer is anyone that touches a vampire or a werewolf. That person will not turn into a night form. I said, "Wow, sure. What do I have to do?" He said, "Come up front and we will ordain you. That is all you must do." I got up and headed down the aisle and everyone was looking at me. I got down front and the preacher come to me and put his hands on me and I thought I was going to explode with all the light I saw. He said something I could not make out, but when he was done I know I was changed. I even felt different. He said, "How do you feel?" I said, "Different and really good." He said, "From this day forward you cannot be killed by a vampire or a werewolf, but you can be hurt, so make sure you shake hands with everyone that you meet, this why they will not change at night time. If a vampire or a werewolf even touches you they will be changed back to human form. If you have any questions or if you ever need help, just call this number and we will be right there to help." I said, "Thank you very much. Praise Almighty God for sending me here." The preacher said, "We have been waiting for you for quite some time now. We know you would come." I said, "How did you know?" He said, "God told us you were coming to help us in our cause." I said, "Wow." He said, "You can go and sit down and we will have a service now and please stay and listen to our service." I said, "Okay," and went and sat down. I listened to the singing and the service and it was great. After the service I got to talk to the pastor again and the first thing he said was, "You have to touch them in the daytime, after they have changed you still can but you can get hurt and hurt bad. So make sure you shake hands with everyone in town before you leave. That way they will not change when the sun goes down. Now you can be on your way. You have many things to do now." I said, "Okay and thank you for everything." As I left town I guess I am now a changer of lives. And God said, "Do not kill," and we do not have to kill them to get rid of them. I guess let us see how much trouble we can get into now. Now follow me as I go from town to town seeking out evil.